It's 2023 and we're going to make it the best year yet. Except there's one problem. What if I had to start my credit card journey from square one? What if I got rid of all of my credit cards and credit score? What if I had to start from the very beginning? Today we'll be going over what my ideal credit card journey will look like if I had to do it all over again. This means we will figure out what cards to get and in what order to get them, along with tips to help expedite this whole process and achieve a high credit score along the way. Because honestly, my real credit card journey was nowhere near perfect, and using what I know now, I could have done it so much better. So if I were to start from absolutely nothing, what would I do? The first step for me would be to try and hop on someone else's account as an authorized user. Usually this person would be a parent, significant other, or even just a friend. It just needs to be someone who you could trust and who could trust you. Of course, not all of us have this luxury, so I will go over what to do instead if this wasn't an option. But if you do manage to hop on someone else's account, this will help jumpstart your credit history without actually owning a credit card. This will then allow you to pick up your favorite card sooner than later. However, what should you do if you can't be an authorized user? If I started from nothing, and I mean nothing, and I didn't receive any help whatsoever, I would get the Discover It cashback card. It's very specific, I know, but this Discover credit card is notorious for being everyone's first ever credit card. Why? Because they will most likely accept you. Yes, it's a decent value credit card with categories that can earn you 5% cash back, but the main purpose we are all getting this card first is because they will approve us. At this point in time, we don't really care about the card itself because it's just a stepping stone. The most important thing to worry about is actually getting a credit card under your own name ASAP to start building your credit. Honestly, the only real requirement that you want to look for is that it has no annual fee. Everything else is kind of pointless. We don't want to go after an annual fee credit card right now because one, we probably won't be accepted, and two, we probably won't be accepted. Because remember, the main purpose of your first credit card is to get approved. After building your credit history for about half a year to a year, you then want to start looking for your first real credit card. In my opinion, I would go after either the Chase Freedom Flex or Chase Freedom Unlimited as my first actual valuable credit card. In a perfect world, you would be able to go for either of these two cards straight out of the gate. Like totally skip the authorized user and Discover It credit card step altogether, but that's not how it usually works. Unfortunately, despite the fact that these Chase Freedom cards are beginner cards, Chase likes to see some sort of card ownership before actually approving you. That means you need to have another credit card before owning a Chase credit card. Technically, there are some people who get a Chase card as literally their first ever credit card, and I'm so jealous of them because that does not happen often. As a matter of fact, on some occasions, even being an authorized user is not good enough for Chase either. Sometimes you have to own a credit card purely in your own name and not be piggybacking off of someone else's account. If that's the case for you, along with being an authorized user, I would tell you to get the Discover It card that we talked about earlier, or just another beginner card like the Amex Everyday card. Okay, so far we have just about 3 different scenarios to get to the point where we are at now. Scenario number 1 is you miraculously get the Chase Freedom Unlimited or Chase Freedom Flex as your first ever credit card. Scenario number 2 is being an authorized user for a few months, then getting your Chase Freedom card. And scenario number 3, which is probably the most common scenario, is getting the Discover It cashback card or some other beginner credit card for half a year to about a year, and then being approved for your Chase Freedom card. Regardless of which scenario you are able to do, you want to snag up a Chase credit card as soon as you can because of the Chase 524 rule. The Chase 524 rule states that if you have opened 5 or more credit cards in the past 24 months, you will will not be approved for a Chase credit card. Yes, other credit card companies count toward that 524 rule, and yes, being added as an authorized user still counts towards the 524 rule. However, if you are an authorized user, you can ask to be removed from that account, and your overall count towards the 524 rule will go down accordingly. That means if you are currently at 5 opened credit card accounts and one of them is an authorized user account, and if you are removed from that authorized user account, you will go down to 4 opened credit cards. The Chase 524 rule is a dumb policy, and I don't agree with it whatsoever because we are forced to tackle Chase cards first. It's kind of like chores. They have to get done, and you should probably do it sooner than later. And if you are getting into credit cards, you will want a Chase credit card. Most Chase credit cards have great multipliers, benefits, and value, but by far the number one reason why you want a Chase card is because of Chase Ultimate Reward points. Chase is known for having one of, if not the best points reward system out there. They are both valuable and flexible, a credit card connoisseur's wet dream, so to speak. That's why the next credit card I would get is the other Chase Freedom card. So if you went for the Freedom Flex first, get the Freedom Unlimited next, and vice versa. Both Chase Freedom cards play a vital role in your wallet because they have no annual fees, have decent reward multipliers, and are 2 out of 3 Chase cards in the Chase Trifecta. With these 2 cards, you could cover gas, Target, PayPal, Walmart, grocery store purchases, and so on for certain times throughout the year, and earn at least 1.5% on every other purchase and 3% at restaurants all year round. Again, the most important thing about these 2 cards is that you're earning Chase points. However, you do not unlock the true power of Chase points until you actually complete the Chase Trifecta and get one more card. That card would be the next card that I would apply for, which is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This card will earn points on travel purchases and streaming services, and even comes with a $50 hotel credit every year. The Sapphire Preferred will also be our very first annual fee card, coming in at $95 a year. By paying an annual fee, we not only get a little bit of hair on our chest, but also more value with all of our Chase points, including the points that we earn on our Freedom cards. That's because the Sapphire Preferred is one of 3 different Chase cards that will actually unlock the feature to transfer Chase points to one of their travel partners. And this is how you unlock the true power and value of your Chase points. With this redemption method, we can now use our credit card points to get free or discounted travel at one of Chase's partners such as United Airlines, Emirates, and best of all, Hyatt. Using this benefit, you could travel first class or stay at extravagant hotels for free. To put it into perspective, our points can now be worth anywhere from 2 cents to 8 cents per point, as opposed to the standard 1 to 1.25 cents per point that we get from other redemption methods. This is a huge milestone because after completing the Chase Trifecta, we can now possibly look into credit cards from other companies. But what would I do next? At this point, I would put the final nails in the Chase coffin by going for 2 to 3 more Chase cards before moving on. The first of which would be the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited. Time and time again, I preach the importance of unlocking business credit cards. It can help keep your credit utilization low, which boosts your personal credit score. It gives you more sign-up bonuses to hit, and business credit cards don't even count towards the 524 rule. And if my calculations are correct, at this point of time, we would currently have at most 4 credit cards opened in the past 24 months. Then after being approved for this business card, we would still be at 4 credit cards opened. That's why I would potentially be greedy and apply for the other Inc. business card, which is the Chase Inc. Business Cash. Both Inc. business cards have no annual fee, so I won't have to justify any value from them every year. Along with the sign-up bonuses, I would only use these cards for certain reward multipliers like the ones on the Business Cash credit card. I would also purposely put bigger purchases on these cards to free up credit utilization or credit limits on my personal credit cards. Because remember, business credit utilization does not affect your personal credit score. Again, after obtaining the Inc. Business Cash, I would still be at 4 credit cards opened, which means I could apply for 1 more Chase card before I have to wait. And that last Chase card I would get would be the the Chase World of Hyatt. Along with the Amex Hilton Aspire, the Chase Hyatt card is pretty damn valuable. It's a $95 annual fee card, but you get one free night every year at any category 1 through 4 Hyatt hotel. But you also get automatic Discover a status. Now that I have the Chase cards out of the way, everything else is a free game, and I would start by getting the Amex Gold next. In real life, the Amex Gold is my most used credit card, simply because I like to eat a lot. Thus, I make great use of the 4x points on dining and groceries. Despite it being a $250 annual fee card, you could get $240 of value from credits every year. Honestly, if there were a card that I would prioritize over the Chase business cards and the Chase Hyatt card, it would be the Amex Gold. This card could actually be worth getting earlier, even if it means postponing the approval of other Chase cards. Naturally, after the Amex Gold, I would then go after the Amex Platinum to elevate all of my travel needs. So far, there is no other card in the universe that will give you a solid list of benefits and credits for not just travel, but other parts of your lifestyle as well. Granted, you are paying $700 a year to have those said benefits and credits, but I could easily justify that price. Then, just like the Chase Trifecta, I would want to complete the Amex Trifecta. And to do that, I would apply for the Amex Blue Business Plus card, which will give me 2x back on every purchase. That's right, it's yet again another business credit card. Once this trifecta is complete, I would be pretty satisfied, and all that's left to get are a bunch of different filler credit cards. Some of those filler cards would be the Amex Hilton Aspire or Capital One Venture X cards. At the end of the day, I believe the early to mid game of your credit card journey is the most important. How you start and how you build momentum will have a huge impact on how smooth your overall credit card experience will go. I would highly recommend planning out your personal journey like how we did today to be the most efficient and save yourself time. That would pretty much be exactly what I would do if I had to start my credit card journey all over again right now. But since I am already deeply invested in the credit card game, you could check out what my real credit card plans for 2023 are by watching this video. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Shoots!